Hello everyone, my name is Alex. I'm making this video to kind of help with people on the putting surface. Really, when I think about putting, there are three main areas that you can focus on. One is becoming a more consistent putter by having a more consistent putting stroke. Two would be having really good feel on the greens in terms of distance and speed. And three, I would say, would be your ability to read a green. Today we're going to be working on trying to produce a more consistent putting stroke. This can help you lower your score. If you play in a lot of scrambles, it can make you a real important person on the team. You can be a real asset. So before, I guess we can just get going. I'm going to be talking a lot about how Jordan Spieth putts the ball. It's kind of how I putt similar to him. Obviously not the same results, but he does a couple things that are a little unique. One, he has a switch grip, which all that means is that your leading hand is going to be lower on the grip than your backhand. When I say leading, it's the one that's closer to the hole. Jordan Spieth is a righty, so in his case, and as well as mine, it's his left hand. So, it just means it's going to be a little bit lower. One other thing that he does that, it's a little different, not everyone does this, is something that he calls a trigger. Basically reduces the anxiety when he putts, or the stress. It kind of sets the stroke in motion. And all that is if you watch him on TV, you'll see him, he'll kind of set his hands a little forward, and then he'll pull back and go through. Again, it's when he has some of those pressure putts on the line, you're talking thousands of dollars for each one of those putts. You're talking millions of people watching it, so you can imagine it's pretty stressful. So the way that Jordan Spieth sets up to the ball, he tries to get his read or whatever, and then he'll try to square his face. He'll come up with it just with his right hand. He'll square his face to wherever he's aiming. So he'll try to get like a good idea of where he is. His eyes are kind of over the ball. And then he'll bring his left hand down. One thing that he really stresses on that is that he tries to keep his shoulders as straight as possible, right? So he doesn't dip down here, which send you out of alignment. So again, he picks a target, he sets up, tries to get it square, reaches down. He doesn't spend a lot of time here. He kind of takes one last look, does his little trigger motion, back and through. And he makes it. So another important thing that he does that, this is what he said, that he focuses on actually during the swing, is that he tries to keep his wrist fat to the target. So, he's holding it like this, he comes through, he wants this wrist, his leading arm, to be fat as he comes. Like, if you're the target, he wants this to be fat to the target. He doesn't want it to come around and really rotate at all. So the fatter it is, the better. And this is like a pretty important concept when it comes to putting. Phil Mickelson said, he's like, it doesn't really matter so much, how you stand or, whatever. There's been great putters that have putted well in all sorts of situations and different stances and whatever. But he said one thing that all great putters do is, they have their hands go towards the target. That's something that Jordan Spieth does really well. So one other thing, I want to show you that's pretty important in putting. It keeps you a little bit more consistent. Just try to keep your head still and your lower body kind of quiet. If you end up turning your head to kind of like watch the ball as it goes, you end up opening up your shoulders a little bit mid-swing, and it's just another moving part that you just don't need, and it adds inconsistency to the swing. So again, try to keep looking at where the ball is even after you've hit it. So I take a look here, come up, set it in, one last look, trigger, back, fat to the target, head down, you're good. I hope this helps.